Hey Aries, before we begin, all information to work with me is below, one-on-one, and the second part to this reading / extended will also be there as well. I'll let you see all the flowers, but it's kind of dark back there anyway. Capricorn season, where we match everything. Just kidding. All right. You've come up a lot. Jupiter's now in Aries, so not that I'm saying that you should feel lucky or that you're beginning to feel lucky or any of that of the sort, because you may not feel that way right out the gate. However, we'll get there. So for some of you, I just want to acknowledge that if your life feels like it's just gotten thrown upside down as of recently, some of you could be just having enough is enough with people in your family or people of a certain context in your life, including your romantic relationship. So some of you are really changing your life physically in this season. Nodes are moving into Aries and Libra this year as well. We have one more round of eclipses in Taurus and Scorpio, and then we'll scoot right on over. And it's possible that you're already feeling this in a different way. We'll get more into the details in the second part. However, I do want to say that whatever is prompting this change, or if it just like really started to not only like press down on you or make you feel like you need to break free, branch out. I would say that this month it would be a great month to start a certain discipline in your life, whether it is physical, health related, totally. I just think that when you really take care of yourself, life does take care of you in a lot of ways. And right now, there's a lot you cannot control. There's a lot that's shifting that you really can't control, regardless how much that you want to, regardless of how much power you have, how much money you have. It's just not working in that way. Doesn't matter what your stature is. It's more so this deeper connection to how you view tragedy, how you view hardship, how you handle it. Obviously, what's happening. It doesn't mean that it's all bad. But it seems like Jupiter shift into Aries, you want to feel something different. You don't want to just feel, not the light's bothering me. You don't want to just feel normal. It's like almost like you expect to do something. However, sometimes some of those people, the naysayers, that, and maybe it's also just me, but when you acknowledge, I'm just gonna go down a little, that's a little too far, yeah. When you, and if you can, see these things in your life as somewhat of lucky. Why? Well, what if you stayed with this person or stayed in this situation and things weren't revealed to you? And I think you would feel much more like a fool. You're not someone who's unwilling to fight, but it's what are you fighting for? What are you fighting to stay in? Who's fighting for you? You're like, I don't care, right? I don't care. I'm fighting for me. Well, you should care a little bit more, maybe. Because if someone's always giving up or surrendering, that's okay. But you, of all people, need someone with a backbone. Not meaning they have to always say the last word or, take your shit or you take theirs. It's not about that. It's more about when you need time or reassurance or validation, and you don't have maybe the control that you want or that you should have. We're in a time where you find yourself working harder than you maybe need to, or forcing something, okay? It won't work right now. I think you're just, some of you are just too stubborn. But another way we can see this for the others of you is that something became really obvious to you. You may have been fighting something within your own lineage. You may have been battling with something that you've been shown or been told, like, you have to act this way, or this is expected of you. Something happened and revealed to you and has somewhat agitated this, and maybe even provoked this belief, and realizing that you didn't really make this decision. This decision was made for you. You don't really like that. Not a lot of us do, but especially the cardinal signs. And when when something's being almost forced around you, you can feel like you're being attacked. That's not the case. You're being given an opportunity to really let go of some shit. And you can choose to let go. You can also choose to hold on and not let go. The choice is yours. For most of you, I think you want to put your head down and work. Just like work will take care of this. No, it won't. It'll come back. It'll resurface. You don't want a decision to be hanging over you as if you have no control over it. Assess when you're not feeling like you're being attacked. Let yourself have your moment. As always, you gotta let it out. You don't want to hold it in. Not anyone in particular, especially. And then wait for it to pass, even if it's a fucking week. Be disciplined to something. Anything. Creating, meditation, walking, working out, something every day, maybe the same time. There you will find why this is maybe hard for you, or why you're overthinking something. It's not really like you. But if you are, then some type of action or acceptance of a responsibility needs to be taken into account. You only have more to gain when you're able to clear the space around you, and that's what this Tower moment is doing for you. It's creating space because there's a change in pace for most of you that's just ahead. And each sign has its own unique way of communicating with Source, God, this intimate space we call the universe. And right now yours is through what you decide to be disciplined to. Without knowing you're gonna get lucky. Without knowing, like, sometimes you go into something knowing that it can be profited. You know, you understand, you go for it. This time it's different. This time there's an even deeper element of faith. An even deeper element of why you feel the need to maybe try to force something. The new beginning's happening regardless. And you don't need to get in your own way. this month, right? If people are getting in your way and not letting you have what you want to see or telling you something different, again, taking space from people this month is advised. Notice what keeps you, what you keep questioning this, what brings you from the Pentacles to the Swords, and realizing if maybe you need to ask yourself in a different way. Maybe you're asking yourself the wrong question, and you're only asking yourself the question that needs a goal, a number. That's not the point. But it is, but it's not. It will be, but it's not right now. Towards the end of the month, you'll understand why and where it's bringing you to. Discipline, to the spiritual, to understanding, to the compassion. If you don't have it for others, how do you expect them to have it for yourself? Have it for you. For you to have it for yourself. You can keep that. But there needs to be an exchange here. And maybe you don't see it, but it will be brought to your awareness for sure. I know, it sounds like unfinished business, but that's our meeting for today. All right, Aries, and I will see you next month.